Currently we're at the Comic Art Workshop, which is being held on Walgaloo country at Yarangobilly Caves House. The Comic Art Workshop's been going since 2015 when we had our first residency on an island called Moraa Island off the east coast of Tasmania. And we've had several residencies since that time. This is the fourth residency that we've had.
For many years I was a participant in the workshop, and this last 3 years I've been the co-director along with Josh. I think what's really unique about this experience is that most of the time when you're working on a project for years and years, you don't have any stopping points where you're able to go and give your project to a bunch of different people to look over. And the main component of the Comic Art Workshop are 2-hour-long workshopping sessions where everyone sits down with a graphic novel and we go through the draft. And one of the difficult things about being a cartoonist in Australia is that a lot of the events that you might do that sort of community building at are few and far between.
I think one of the strongest parts of Comic Art Workshop is everyone makes really great friends. Cook together, eat together, workshop together, go through the difficulty of creating a big long-form project together, and they get really invested in each other's projects, and there's a lot of friendship gets forged in that 12-day period. It's a bit like school camp for adults.
And we do a call out for the residency every 2 years in the year that it is about to come out, and the application involves writing a letter explaining your project and why you need help and what you think you could get out of coming to the Comic Art Workshop.
The idea of placing the Comic Art Workshop in a national park or some sort of natural environment means we can decompress after the workshop, so we all go on walks together. There's a hot springs here at Yarangobilly Caves House, which is pretty nice. And today we had a Indigenous Rangers talk by Walgaloo and Wiradjuri. People came and had a chat to us about the local area, and we got to know the local area quite well, and I think that really informs a lot of the drawings that happen throughout the residency. And it's quite special to get to know the place a lot better.
I'm really hopeful that we're able to keep it going. It does rely on volunteers, people doing work because they believe in it as a concept. It's a grassroots organisation. We need people to volunteer their time to say, I want to be a part of this and I want to keep this going. The first few residencies were organised by Pat Grant and Elizabeth McFarlane, and they had to tap out, like their lives moved on, years have passed. I think that that's the way a lot of arts organisations go. But what I really hope for the future of the Comic Art Residency is that it's still going in 20 or 30 years' time. Maybe 100 cartoonists have come through and workshopped their projects and expanded the Australian comic scene so that we have an amazing number of graphic novels being put out, and it's the norm in Australia for us to be like, oh yeah, well have you read that the new comic graphic novel that's come out by so-and-so? I want it to have facilitated really robust and powerful community that is able to produce amazing artwork all the time.
I think it's probably one of the more special organisations in Australia, and it's probably, I believe it might even be unique in the world.